I'm Jade. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. In today's quick tip video, we're going to talk about whether you should use masking tape or whether you should use a paintbrush and cut in around the edges where you're leaving exposed timber. I'm going to use a few examples of when I created these bedside tables behind me, and we're going to talk through some options as to whether it's better off to use a paintbrush or whether it's better to use masking tape. This is the pair of bedside tables that I'm going to use for this example. The first thing I did was check that I actually had solid timber. The worst thing is when you want to have an exposed timber top but you're dealing with chipboard or veneer. After determining that it was in fact solid timber, I had to strip the old stain off before I could actually refinish. Once I'd stripped all of the old stain off and I'd gotten to this point where I had the exposed timber on top and then I had the body scuff sanded, this is where our real comparison is going to come into play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use masking tape on one of the bedside tables, and I'm going to leave the other bedside table without the masking tape, and I'm going to cut in using a paintbrush. Here you'll see me applying the masking tape to the table that I'm going to use the masking tape for, and I'm applying the masking tape along the edge and pressing down so that I get a nice smooth surface on my tape so that the tape is thoroughly adhered to the piece. You just keep applying the masking tape to all of the areas that you're going to leave as exposed timber. Just make sure that you do really press it down. I often, once I have applied the tape, run back along the tape with my nail to make sure that it is really strong. Here you'll be able to see an example of this. You'll see me grab my fingers and run my nail along that edge. All finished. If you choose to use masking tape, the actual process of applying the paint onto the piece is usually much quicker because you don't have to think about carefully cutting in along the edge to try and avoid getting too much paint on your exposed timber. All you have to do is apply the paint using your paintbrush up along that edge to make sure that all of the surface has been covered in paint. Here you'll see me applying the primer. When I'm applying the primer and I've got the masking tape, my job is just to get it right up as close as I can to the tape so that I've got a good adhesion with my primer. Now it's time for the actual comparison part. This is where I'm applying the primer onto the bedside table that does not have masking tape. I need to use my paintbrush and try and cut in along the edge to get as close as possible to the timber. When I'm not using masking tape, it does actually slow down the process quite a fair bit. I try to be quite careful when I'm cutting in along the edge with the exposed timber. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of paint onto the timber, but you don't want to get a huge amount of paint and basically paint the entire piece. Once I had carefully cut in along the edge, I then just applied the primer everywhere else over the entire piece on both bedside tables. This is what it looks like up close after I've applied the primer on the piece without the masking tape. You'll see that there is a little bit on the edges and also a patch on the corner there where I did get my primer onto my timber. I'm not too concerned about that though. This is up close where I have used my masking tape. You'll see that it's a nice clean edge. I've applied the primer everywhere right up to that tape line. I repeated the same process for this comparison using my paint. I cut in along the edge with my paint and my paintbrush on the piece that didn't have masking tape, and I applied the paint in the same way up to the edge when I did have the masking tape. Once I had finished my 3 coats of paint, I was able to remove the masking tape on the piece that I had masked up. Here you'll see me remove the masking tape and it exposes that nice clean line. I actually really enjoy removing the masking tape. It's kind of almost like a reveal of how your piece is going to look. Although in reverse, it can actually be helpful when you don't have the masking tape there, as you get to see straight away how your piece is looking when you've finished painting and the paint, how it matches in with the timber color. This can help you decide on the color of your timber a little bit earlier if you don't know what color to use. What I'm doing here is I'm using my sander to go back along all of the edges where I got a little bit of paint onto my timber to make sure I had really nice, clean, crisp lines of exposed timber. This really helps to achieve that solid professional look so that you don't have any bleed through or any inappropriate components that have been painted. Once you've finished painting, you can do whatever you like with those raw exposed timber tops. You can apply a wash like I'm doing here, maybe a whitewash or a tan wash. You can apply a timber stain and glaze, or you can just leave them raw exposed and apply a clear top coat. The choice is really up to you. Here is the end result of this project. You'll see that there is no difference as to the piece that I painted with the masking tape and the piece that I cut in. So, in conclusion, I think it's actually really good to use both and have both as an alternative available to you depending on what piece you're doing. When I'm doing a piece and I only have the timber tops that I'm going to be leaving as exposed timber, most of the time I prefer to cut in the edges and then resand them, because I'm going to be resanding them anyways, as I like to resand the tops with a 120 and a 240 to make sure that I've got that really nice smooth surface before I apply any top coat to the timber. If I've got a piece where I'm going to have other components exposed, maybe that's drawer fronts, maybe that's feet, maybe it's some detailing that you've had to use a paint stripper to strip. If you've got any spots like that, usually you're much better off to use your masking tape, because then you don't have to worry about trying to resand or repaint strip. If you've gone to a lot of effort where you've had to hand sand something or where you've used a paint stripper, use your masking tape, because you don't want to have to redo that. Whereas if you've got a nice flat straight line, you've got an orbital sander and you've been able to get in and sand all of that with your orbital sander, it really only takes 1 minute to just go over it again with your orbital sander before you finish off and apply whatever timber treatment that you're going to do. Now, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love making content and I love sharing it with you. And if you subscribe, that's really helping me out to create amazing content for you, and also helping you with all the tips and tricks so that you can refinish furniture.